Ever feel like you're trying to do too much, but not making real progress? The truth is, the more you try to master everything, the less you actually get done. Today, we're talking about why spreading yourself too thin holds you back and how focusing on what really matters can take you further. Early in my career, I thought being a great leader meant knowing and doing everything. I kept piling things onto my plate thinking it would make me better. Instead, I burnt out and I felt like I wasn't making an impact. The turning point came when I realized that real success isn't about doing everything, it's about doing the right things well. Trying to do it all is a trap. So let's talk about why and how focus can change everything. Why can trying to do it all lead to failure? When you try to master everything, you lose focus and progress slows. Instead of excelling in one area, you spread yourself thin and get stuck. For years, McDonald's kept adding more and more items to its menu. Salads, wraps, gourmet coffee, and I didn't know this one, but mozzarella sticks apparently. Who knew? Trying to appeal to everyone. But this slowed down service, made operations more complicated, and hurt their brand identity. Customers who came for quick, simple, quality fast food found themselves waiting longer. Employees struggled to keep up, and overall customer satisfaction dropped. The fix? McDonald's refocused. In the mid-2010s, they cut dozens of menu items, streamlined operations, and leaned back into their core strengths: burgers, fries, and shakes. The result? Faster service, happier customers, and stronger sales. If you try to be great at everything, you risk being great at nothing. Leaders must make clear choices and commit to what truly matters. Let's talk about the power of focus. The most successful leaders and businesses don't try to do everything. They focus on their strengths and make bold choices. When Steve Jobs came back to Apple in 1997, the company was all over the place. They weren't just making computers, they were making printers, digital cameras, and personal digital assistants. Their computer lineup was a confusing mess, and nothing was standing out. Instead of trying to fix everything, Jobs slashed nearly all of it. He narrowed Apple's focus down to just 4 things: consumer and pro desktops, and consumer and pro laptops. That one decision set the stage for Apple's comeback, leading to the iMac, iPod, and eventually the iPhone. If Steve Jobs doesn't convince you of this focus, look at Ron Swanson. Ron Swanson is the perfect example of focused leadership. His philosophy: don't put half the effort into 2 things, put full effort into 1 thing. He uses some other colorful language, but I wanted to keep it family friendly. Despite working in government, he doesn't try to be everything to everyone. He sticks to his principles: privacy, woodworking, and efficiency. Unlike Leslie Knope, who spreads herself thin across multiple projects, Ron thrives because he simplifies his focus. He excels in the things he values and avoids distractions. Simplifying doesn't mean doing less, it means doing what matters most. Focused leaders and businesses achieve more by eliminating distractions. How do you choose what matters? The key to success isn't working harder, it's working smarter. You need a system to help you decide what's worth your time and what's just a distraction. These are 2 rules that can help you focus on what really matters. The first is the Pareto principle. The Pareto principle states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. The problem? Most people waste too much time on 80% that barely moves the needle. The second rule is Warren Buffett's 25-5 rule. Buffett's personal pilot, Mike Flint, asked him for career advice. Buffett told him to write down his top 25 goals. Then he had him circle just 5. Now, Flynn assumed he could work on all 25, but Buffett stopped him and said, "No, those other 20 aren't your second priority. They're your biggest distractions. If you try to do everything, you won't excel at anything." Great leaders don't just work hard, they work smart. Identify the few things that create the biggest impact and ditch the rest. This week, make a list of 10 things you're working on. Then pick the 3 most important ones and focus on them. Let go of the rest and see how much more you can accomplish. Remember, trying to do everything keeps you from making real progress. The most successful leaders focus on what matters and ignore the rest. So, what's the one thing you need to stop focusing on? Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you're simplifying your priorities. If this episode helped you, hit the like and subscribe buttons and ring the bell so you don't miss out on next week's episode, Paralyzed by Overthinking. You won't want to miss it. Peace.